it okay recording this and
Yeah.
upload on my channel on YouTube because I want to be famous and you guys will make me famous?
Okay, to
Yes?
me. Not a problem.
Okay. All right. So today, Gabriel will present his topic. Yes?
Yes.
Uh, Go ahead, please. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Okay. And my screen also because I don't like my video on things. But okay. Uh, First, I'd like to introduce how I got to my topic. Um, First, I listened to one music. It was "This Is Me" by Kesha, I think. It was from the film, the movie, The Great Showman. It talks about prejudice and how people are affected by it and how they struggle against it. It's a very nice music. I like it. And the music in itself talks more about physical prejudice. Like, we're black, for example, and people just don't like you because you are black, right? It's mostly physical. But one thought that got into my mind is mainly because of myself. I always try to think of myself uh, about this. Like, if we are under pressure, right? Like we have work to do, we have assignments, homework to do, right? We are under pressure, or from other people, people talk in our ears or something. We are always like, oh, I am the victim here, right? There's all this pressure over me and all of these things. But why not we start thinking like, what is the problem here, right? Start thinking about it. Is the problem really the pressure? Do I have that much pressure on my head? Or am I the lazy guy who are thinking it is too much pressure, right? So this is an important thing to say because prejudice, not necessarily prejudice, but like when people get angry at you because you said something to them, you don't necessarily need to be the victim there. You are not necessarily the victim there because if the people, the guy, the person, is attacking you verbally somehow, there's two main reason there because he's wanted, because he started, or because he's defending himself, herself, right? So it doesn't mean that you are necessarily the victim here. You are probably the guy who is attacking also. Now that is the only thing, but it may happen also. That's why we need to be, like cool-minded, or have a cool mind, a fresh mind in these situations, because we need to think: Am I the guy who is attacking, or am I the guy who got attacked? Right? Because defending is something we need to do. If not, we'll just get stumped over, right? And it's also important to think uh, in this manner because of like and sorry, I don't remember the word right now, but autoconhecimento, right? Self knowledge, I'd say. Because if you see the situation, oh my god, there's something bad happened to me, like this pressure, someone doesn't like me. It's not necessarily because you are bad at something nor the person, because you probably have something to improve, right? If you are like I don't know, the guy who is always laughing at everything, and people doesn't like you because of that. That's not necessarily a problem of you, just laughing of everything, right? It's probably because it be better if you just doesn't laugh at everything. You could improve with this, right? Just seeing, oh my god, this is a problem. Can I myself solve this problem? Am I the Can I solve myself with this problem? Like having all of this pressure with tests on school. Like you don't need to think, oh my god, tests, okay, they're hard. You can think also, oh my god, they're hard. Therefore, I will study, right? You will not think things are harder. You think that you can be better, right? And solve these problems. And this is something very, very normal today with teenagers. Like as we are discussing here. right now. Uh, like parents are always on our ears. Oh my God, you need to get into school to and like the school. We need to study more and everything. You don't need to necessarily study more. But if you did, you would overcome many problems that would normally put you in a victim, in a position of being a victim, right? And like, how can I say anymore? Being a victim in itself is not the problem, like I said. But allowing yourself to see you as a victim, only seeing you as a victim, will not allow you to think about changing, right? If you are the person who you are defending, on quotes, you not think like, oh my god, if I'm defending, how can I do to stop being attacked, right? Not how I can defend myself better. How can I stop the attacks, right? This is one way to put it, and it's also I think one of the truest ways to deal with problems. Not thinking the problem is a problem, but think how I could overcome the problem. It could be changing myself, it could be changing the problem in itself. But this type of thing is very important. This type of thinking is very important in our lives today. And I think it lacks in our society and a lot. It lacks a lot. That's why I have so many discussions with other people, like you getting angry with everything. Because they don't think about themselves, they think about the problem, right? And that's pretty much it. That's my topic. That's what I thought. And yes, a little bit heavier than I'd choose, but I thought it was with adults. So no, adults like tough topics. But yeah, that was it.
Okay, thank you. But it's a tough one, but necessary, I think. And it's interesting because it's being approached by a teenager, so it's okay. Is it offensive keeping saying, ah, you are a teenager? Oh, no, it's okay. You understand that
It is okay.
it's
No, you are a
okay.
teenager. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
It's
Like
okay.
being said you are a teenager is not necessarily an offensive.
Mm-hmm.
But being said you are this because you are a teenager, then something like
Yes,
you
yes. It's
Uh,
you
different.
like you said about the English
Yes.
words.
mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you are a teenager. You don't have lots of things in mind, so it's easier for you to learn, right? I think this is the offensive part of it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. Thank you. Okay, and your question, please, so we can talk about it.
Oh shit, I forgot there was this part. Mm, well, so a simple way. How do you normally deal with these problems? Do you apply this type of thought? Do you no? Not necessarily that you always the victim, right? But how do you normally approach your problems in a general way?
hmm Okay. Do you understand, guys?
So,
Not
teacher.
so much.
Okay. Would
Okay,
you
I know.
rephrase it, please?
Yes, I'm a little bit confusing. Sorry. Like, like I said, thinking about other ways to solve the problem, right? You are arguing with someone and you think, no, I'm arguing. He is arguing. I am going to argue back, right? But what about thinking in another way, right? Oh, she's arguing. Probably she has something bad happen today. Let's talk now. Don't know. Let's ask, right? This is another way to deal with this problem, right? So this is my question. Do you have others ways? Do you try to think like how can I say to think a lot how to deal with a problem? Do you have general
Yeah.
ways?
I always do this.
What
All right.
exactly?
I don't know, teacher. I think many things that happen to me, I think this.
Okay, you
How to
don't.
approach it differently, right? How to deal with it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay. Bruno, what about you?
Well, I, I, é, I avoid, né, arguing a lot, né? But actually, I try to talk about another topic, or I simply text to the people. I won't talk about this now, né? Just to avoid arguing with someone.
Arguing. You're trying to avoid arguments as much as you can.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Gabriel, self-knowledge. You are correct.
Thanks.
Self-knowledge. Um, okay, and what about you, Gabriel? How do you deal with your problems? Because we talked dealing with pressure, but sometimes we have good pressures. Yes?
Yes.
Studying in another school, studying another country for a period example. There is a pressure on it, but it's not a negative pressure because, but there is a pressure on it. Okay, but dealing with problems is something else. How do you approach it?
I always try to first think about what is the problem, right? How can I like reduce the problem into a smaller one?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you are dealing with uh, phrases on questions, like you don't necessarily think about all of the phrase. Think about, oh, what's the important things in this phrase that I need to solve for, right? First, I do this. Then I think about what would be the easiest way to deal with it. What was the shortest answer? And with this shortest answer in mind, I try to think deeply and trying to reach the other way around. I have an idea, this simple answer. Then I spread it to a more complex one because you can't reach this like the base, no, the top of the tree, like these branches, if you don't start at the bottom, right? So I first start with this base idea. Oh, this solution is probably this. Okay, then I start branching out and think about how can other solutions exist, right? Or if they exist. Or is the short one the easiest? Already the solution, right?
Yes, yes. I think this.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I
Very,
can only
very
say
good.
that is not something easy, so I'm not doing all the time, right? Sometimes I
Yes,
think
yes.
very fast, right, Julia? And then I just don't do this three-step process.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so Bruno tries to avoid the conflict. Yes?
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. I think there are several ways to deal with problems in life, Of course, depending on the kind of problem, there is no way to avoid it. We will need to confront it. Mhm. But I agree that there are others. We should just, you know, let's see what's gonna happen because sometimes it's not even a problem. It's just a momentary situation, and it, it'll pass or something like this. Okay, very, very interesting. How I deal with my problems. Um, First of all, I don't call them problems. I call them challenges. Mhm. I think it's prettier, and it makes them looking more attractive. Something like this. But I just try to understand what's possible, what's not possible, what's possible, okay? I'll do it. What's not possible because it doesn't depend on me. I I can't do anything, so I I'll just you know let it go because it doesn't depend on me. Um, I don't focus too much on challenges. I focus more on what I have already got and and new plans and things that I have to do. I guess that's it. Great. Very good. Thank you very much. hmm It was very interesting. Very interesting.
Thanks.